Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel because health matters. Today, we're going to talk about something deeply personal and important. Understanding our sexual orientation. Specifically, we're diving into the question, am I a lesbian? If I hate a man's touch. Let's get into it. First, it's essential to understand that sexual orientation is about who you're attracted to, both romantically and sexually. It's not just about who you dislike or feel uncomfortable with. If you find yourself uncomfortable with a man's touch, it might be an indicator of your preferences. But it's not the whole picture. Let's explore what being a lesbian means. A lesbian is a woman who is attracted to other women. This attraction can be emotional, romantic, and sexual. If you feel a strong connection and attraction to women, that might be a sign that you are a lesbian. However, disliking a man's touch could also stem from other factors, like past negative experiences, trauma, or personal boundaries. It's crucial to distinguish these feelings from your sexual orientation. To better understand your feelings, ask yourself these questions. Do you feel excited or happy? Thinking about romantic or sexual relationships with women. Second, have you ever had a crush on a woman? Third, do you feel a deeper emotional connection with women compared to men? If you answered yes to these questions, you might be a lesbian or somewhere on the LGBTQ spectrum. Remember, there's no rush to label yourself. It's okay to take your time and explore your feelings. It's also helpful to talk to someone you trust, like a friend or a therapist, who can provide support as you navigate these feelings. There are also plenty of online resources and communities where you can find support and share experiences. Let's see a few experiences.
Sarah, and I'm a straight woman. Physically, I've had attraction towards women. I had a crush on a girl, but that was it really, just a crush. Other than that, I haven't really thought about getting intimate with women sexually or romantically.
I'm Dia, and I'm straight. Whenever I saw Waka Flocka Flame for the first time, I knew that that was my lane. I did go through a phase where I was trying to see if I was interested in girls, but then it usually always led back to men.
I've been confused by my sexual orientation.
In my life where I was like, oh, boys are great. And then I got hurt, like a real hurt, where I was just like, man, need a break. And so then I was kind of like, well, where do I go next? And so, I went on my dates, as I told you. And I just haven't found a woman that, makes me go,
I mean, personally, I'm still confused every day, and I think sexuality is so fluid. Like, you can always be changing how you feel, and it's also like this attachment to still holding on hope that maybe I'll like a guy, or maybe I could feel something with a guy, and even identifying on the lesbian side was hard for me because I still hold on to that label of being bisexual because I've dated men and because I still know I can make myself in a way like men. So it's do I like men because I like men or because I've grown up thinking I should?
Because they gave us that dream that you're supposed to find that Prince Charming and you're supposed to fall in love and have these kids, and it's supposed to be this thing. So
in my life I had this plan out, I'm gonna get married to a surfer guy, we're gonna have all these cute little kids and it's gonna be great. And I went on a date. It was my first date with a boy in high school, and I was like, he's gonna hold my hand at the movie theater, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. And he touched me and I did this. My body knew before my head knew. Queer was not used that often, middle school, high school. The derogatory term was gay. That's gay, she's gay, that meant lame. So for me, I'm like, I'm not gay, I don't think I'm lame. So fell under queer, gay, lesbian as I got comfortable and deconstructed those labels myself.
I think that family does play a huge role. I was married to a man for 6 years. It was a little bit hard for me to actually have the courage to come out because I do come from a very strict Latina household. I tried to force myself into being in a heterosexual relationship for the sake of my family and for the sake of the what if it doesn't work out with a woman, or me being scared and terrified. So I think that confusion is a very normal thing in everyone.
I would say the most confusing element of things for me was literally the sexual aspect of my sexual orientation, because I was in a relationship with a man for 7 years, and I learned over time that the dynamic that we had when we had sex was the dynamic that I wanted, but I didn't want to be the me in it. Then I slowly started to identify as a butch. I remember someone saying this, and I don't know who it was, but somebody looked at me and said, butch women couldn't get a man, so they're trying to be one. It was like a double failure. My name is Rachel, and I'm on the lesbian side. Heteronormativity, in the sense of a set of norms that disciplines people and subjugates them, is certainly a problem, especially in the way that it impacts girls who are supposed to have a man, or, as they say about butch women, try to be one. That's not to say that heterosexuality is a problem. It's not crazy for people to be heterosexual, just like it's not crazy that gay feeling and sexuality is also natural.
In my experience, I've only been with men sexually and on dates, so I just haven't had that experience myself. But if I were to, at any point, have those experiences with women, I wouldn't put a label in it.
The reason why I disagreed about being conflicted, there's some things I don't ever explain to other people. This is one of them. I don't explain to you who I take home. I don't explain to you what I do in my room. I don't explain any of that. I like women, I've been on dates with women, I've done what I do with women and men, but I'm not going to label myself just so somebody else can put me in a category. I just always wanted to know this. Why is it so important that you are identified correctly? And the need to come out, the need to say, I am this, I am that.
Personally, I saw just the straight side of life. I wasn't feeling the same way my friends were, and when you get middle school, high school, college, I felt wrong. I was gonna disappoint my family. I was gonna be looked at my whole life as something less than. And if labels are not important to you, I think it's a personal thing. But for me, finding people that were saying this is why I feel this way, I'm I felt that way too.
When you said, well, why is it such a big deal to come out of the closet? Imagine being in a closet. It's dark, it's lonely, you don't have anyone to express your feelings to. And I also think representation is so important.
Yes.
Personally, I grew up with a mom and a dad. Then my parents split up, and now my mom is married to a woman. And they were actually the first Black same-sex couple to be on the cover of Essence magazine. Wow. So I just feel I know, right? Representation is so important.
What if there were no labels? What would that look like?
There would be no community. There would be no, I feel if there were no labels, it's sad to say, but I feel a lot of people would be in the closet, would be in the dark. Hi, my name is Amy, and I am a lesbian. I did hide myself for a very long time just because I do come from a very strict household. I did endure, actually being in that hetero relationship and actually experiencing it firsthand. It took me a whole year of me basically ignoring him for me to finally realize I can't be doing this. This is not who I am. This is not what I want for the rest of my life.
It's a journey, and it's completely normal to have questions and uncertainties along the way. Ultimately, only you can define your sexuality. Be patient with yourself, and know that your feelings are valid. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on understanding yourself and your feelings. We value your comments and would love to hear your stories. Sharing your experience can be incredibly powerful. It can provide comfort and guidance to others who may be going through similar challenges. By sharing, you not only help others feel less alone, but also contribute to a supportive and understanding community. Remember, we're all in this together. Your voice can make a difference.